Ferreros. Good to see you.
And I'm Candace Bailey. We are coming to you from the G4 Studios in Los Angeles.
On the show today, Scott, come stand in here. Hurry up. Hurry up. Get over here. International man of mystery and magic, Penn Jillette is here with a new book. God, no. Maybe he'll turn you godless, too. It's his last day. Then Allison Hayslip and Blair. It's his second last day, right?
Yeah.
Figure it out, traitor or not. Then Allison Hayslip and Blair Butler go behind the scenes of the new Marvel anime series Iron Man and Wolverine, and they meet up with the voices behind the heroes.
I like that.
Thank you.
And if you have an internet connection and ears, you need to know about Spotify.
Oh.
The new streaming music service with 15 million songs. Plus, gaze upon my never-before-seen attempt to run the American Ninja Warrior course. Emphasis is on attempt.
It's okay. It's okay.
And now we look back at some great moments from this week's Around the Net.
Unsurprisingly, they involve barfing and butts.
Filmmaking is a little different in Japan. We already know that. For example, in Hollywood, having your lady heroine in a skimpy outfit shooting a machine gun is a no-brainer.
Sure. Same rule applies in the land of the rising sun. The only thing that's different, though, is the location of said machine gun.
それが役に立つのさ。いやー、恥ずかしい。
なんださそりゃ。
私の恥ずかしさに反応する恥じらいマシンガンさ。いやー、店長、恥ずかしい。
That looked awesome and
crazy.
way too easy. Hold on a second, let me see.
Okay, Kevin.
What? Hold, what?
No.
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 Let me just roll.
Don't. No. Kevin, don't do that.
All right,
Okay? You're freaking me out
I thought
here.
it'd be funny. I know, we just got back from con.
It's not funny. I think that was the most disgusting thing I've ever seen.
That was not, I'm sorry.
What was
sorry.
that?
I think it was a
Why
ham.
did you do that?
That was a ham. It backfired, I'm sorry.
The Constitution says that there should be a separation between church and state.
Yep. It says nothing about church and auto racing, though, which means there was nothing to stop Pastor Joe Nelms from tossing out a truly amazing blessing at this weekend's NASCAR race.
Heavenly Father, we thank you tonight for all your blessings. You said in all things give thanks. So we want to thank you tonight for these mighty machines that you brought before us. Thank you for the Dodges and the Toyotas. Thank you for the Fords. And most of all, we thank you for Roush and Yates partnering to give us the power that we see before us tonight. Thank you for GM Performance Technology and the R07 engines. Thank you for Sunoco Racing Fuel and Goodyear tires that bring performance and power to the track. Lord, I want to thank you for my smoking hot wife tonight, Lisa. My two children, Eli and Emma, or as we like to call them, the little E's. Lord, I pray you bless the drivers and use them tonight. May they put on a performance worthy of this great track. In Jesus' name, boogity, 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 amen.
Boogity, boogity, boogity. That's in Psalms, actually. It's a little known passage. Look, if I knew God would give me a hot wife, I would have started praying a long time ago. And at number 3, we've got a martial arts move that you may not be familiar with.
If you want to disable your opponents quickly, you might try this move.
The seized testicle. This technique can be used against attacks from the front, side, or rear. It is very easy to use. It entails reaching between the attacker's legs and crushing his testicles by squeezing hard with your hand. A variation of this technique is a smash strike to the testicles with the forearm.
Yeah, we used to do
Getting ready?
entire katas like that in karate. That's all it was. It would just, open palm strikes.
You would not.
Yeah, you could use your mouth. You could forearm grab. You could grip. It was all strikes to the testicles. Lots of low kicks. That looked like a lot of fun, though.
Yeah, it did.
I wouldn't mind being attacked by her. Let's try that again. Was it a dude? Was it a chick? I don't know. Let's do it again. Just run the clip. Do we have the clip? Let's put it up. Hold on. Where are we?
The series
yeah.
testicle.
I got a horn too. Hold on.
This technique can be used against attacks
No.
from the side or rear. It is very
No, you want
easy
to?
to
All right,
use.
go ahead. Yeah.
It entails reaching between the attack
Whoa!
and
What? Why are you leaning into the attack?
variation of this technique will smash your testicles with a forearm.
Okay, that ran its course.
Today's number 2 comes to us from Vietnam, a nation filled with tiny people on tiny motorbikes.
Right. Just crossing the street over there is asking for trouble, and it's reminiscent of a certain classic 8-bit video game starring an amphibian. Know what I'm talking about? Mm-hmm. Indeed.
That man is amazing.
He was, actually, but that man was actually a part of a family of 4. They didn't make it across the street. Look, old people are slow and splatty. What are you going to do? All right, let's do it. Our number 1 video.
Get to this.
Number 1 video. It's a chronicle. Number 1 video is a chronicle of excess gone terribly wrong.
Turns out that even inanimate objects can have a rough night out.
Is it over?
It's time for Celebrity Cup Rehab with Dr. Solo.
Hey, doctor. I don't even know why I'm here.
Styrofoam cup, you're here because you've hit rock bottom
What?
and you need some help.
That's ridiculous. Doctor, I don't have a problem. That's ridiculous. That's
Actually-
ridiculous. I think you're crazy.
Your daughter Dixie is here to confront you about your addictive behavior and the impact it has
What?
had on her life.
Well, no, that's my little girl. Why'd you bring her into this? Oh, Dixie. Oh, no, Dixie, I don't want you to see me like this, Dixie.
You affected Dixie in so many ways.
I can no longer hold my liquid.
Oh, no, Dixie, that's not what that's not what I wanted for my daughter. That's not what I wanted for her.
I learned it from watching you, please.
I love Dixie, hold on, Daddy's here, Dixie. Oh my God, Dixie, I'm so sorry, Dixie. Oh my God, Dixie.
Hey! Still ahead, a look behind the scenes at Marvel Anime.
The heroes of heroes are our new heroes. We'll explain.
Where's my anime fighting? 9,000!
Allison Hayslip and Blair Butler went behind the scenes of the new Marvel anime series Wolverine and Iron Man. Guess what they found?
1,000 exhausted animators.
Nope. They found Milo Ventimiglia and Adrian Pasdar,
right.
the voices of the heroes.
They found that as well.
Feeling adamantium deficient?
Wish you had a mech suit.
Well, we've got an exclusive behind-the-scenes look at Milo Ventimiglia and Adrian Pasdar voicing their Marvel anime versions of Iron Man and Wolverine.
I don't think you can handle this much metal.
It all begins here.
What's going on?
What's the best part of being the voice of Iron Man?
It's fun to be able to voice a really good-looking guy who's just got endless amounts of money and has the ability to go anywhere he wants at any time and save the world.
So this anime version of Iron Man is a little more adult and a little more maybe hardcore than people expect from Marvel animation.
All right, good looking. Time to say goodnight.
It's not designed for the kids so much. This is skews a little older.
That's a beautiful dress, Doctor. Of course, I'm not saying you wouldn't look stunning without the dress.
It's not your grandfather's Iron Man.
Is this kind of a whole new universe for Tony Stark?
It is his own universe. He does meet up with Wolverine.
Kill Tony Stark.
I'd like to see you try.
It's a lot of screaming.
Is it fun getting to just kind of get out your rage in this?
It's just playing a character. It's taking a character that I grew up with and I know a lot of people hold reverent and trying to put my own spin on it, trying to put my own voice on it.
I smell blood.
I'll stick 3 pencils.
Really?
In each
to get into character?
To get into character, yeah.
But these are, you need to sharpen them.
Yeah, I know. I do. Well, they usually are. See, these ones are props.
Shut it. Let's get this over with.
So what can we expect from this storyline?
Fun journey through Japanese side of Logan's existence. A lot of action, actually a lot of love. He's doing everything to get back to a girl.
Intense action, violence, and gore, all done anime style.
Iron Man and Wolverine premiere tonight at 11 p.m. Eastern.
What more reason do you need to tune into Iron Man and Wolverine? It worked before.
They go on your lap and make you hot.
What are strippers?
Laptops!
Yes, laptops! Gadgetron.
The words gaming laptops sometimes seem like an oxymoron, which is why MSI made the GT683. It's packing NVIDIA's GTX 560M graphics, up to 16 gigs of RAM, and Intel's quad-core i7 processor. So you'll be able to play all the latest games on a machine that's only 2 inches thick. Combine all that with Dynaudio's surround sound and DirectX 11 compatibility for the ultimate in portable gaming at $1,500.
Here she is. Gaming laptops have a reputation for being heavy and dorky. Is this one any different?
Pervs. Yeah, it's a little on the heavy side. It's a little less than 8 pounds, so it's not the heaviest gaming laptop we've reviewed, but it is hefty, to say the least. There's lights on the side and the front. I think that's a little dorky, so...
Oh, I think it's sexy.
Really?
Yeah, these lights.
Is that all it takes?
Super, super sexy.
Turn them on and off for you. They breathe, you know, yeah. No, it's a great way to signal that you're the guy at the LAN party that really needs to get laid the most. But other than that, you can shut them off. You can shut them off. That's all you need to know. Whatever.
Now, there are a bunch of other buttons here above the keyboard.
All sorts of buttons on this thing.
Are they useful?
They do stuff, if that's what you're asking, yeah. One increases the resolution and the brightness of the screen. Another squeezes an extra 5% out of the graphics card. And a fan button will cool your laptop but make you sound like you're in a wind tunnel.
Awesome.
The buttons are responsive. We're not 100% sold on their usefulness. I would rather them kind of blow these buttons out and then make the trackpad a little bit larger.
Yeah.
That's just me.
Now, how are the keyboard and the touchpad?
Well, the keyboard is full size. There's plenty of room for big gamer hands.
Yeah, lots of room.
Yeah, no, plenty of room. Unfortunately, though, the touchpad is cramped. The left and right buttons require extra finger strength. Well, like, it's one of those things where if you're using a trackpad, even if you're scrolling around or checking email, you want to be able to easily click with your thumb, because you're probably using your index finger or your middle finger to swipe around.
It's not very easy.
You have to press pretty hard. But I mean, it's a gaming laptop. You're probably going to use an external mouse instead of the touchpad anyways, but I wanted to point that out.
All right, well, how do the games look and sound?
Most importantly, really good like.
Nice.
We played Witcher 2 on the high graphics settings, which would bring most laptops to their knees if they had legs. And the game looked incredible. It played great. There was no noticeable drop in frame rate. Do you notice one there, Candace?
Nothing.
Because there isn't one.
It's amazing.
The 2 speakers are much better than we're used to. They actually put out some surprisingly good sound. There's a subwoofer on the bottom. There's a little guy down here. You want to see him there?
Hello.
Little exhaust port. That's where you aim for. And you'll get some decent bass from your tunes and your games. Look at her. Oh.
How How fast is it compared to other gaming laptops, Kevin?
In our 2D and 3D benchmarks, Candace.
Yes?
The MSI machine came out on top against others in its price range. And the only gaming laptops that actually scored better in the 3D tests, they cost thousands of dollars more.
Oh, hell no. The GT683 sells for $1,500 and comes with 1 terabyte of storage and 12 gigs of RAM. At that price, what are we rating it?
4 out of 5.
Nice.
4 out of 5. If you're on a budget, you still want high-performance gaming on the go, it is a great value.
Yay! Well, that's it for today's Gadgetron. But if you have a gadget you'd like to see us rate, email us at gadgetron@g4tv.com. Go ahead and get your hands on some free music tracks with Spotify.
Okay. And later, things get magical when Penn Jillette drops by to tell us that there's no God. But first, have you been wondering what kind of ass-kicking Jean-Claude Van Damme has been up to lately?
Actually.
Well, luckily for you and all of you, we have an AOGS exclusive clip with the answers.
Oh, yay!
It's from his new movie, Assassination Games, which opens in theaters today. Split jump.
Feel like taking a nap on nature's pillow? Then snag one of these headresters over at bootypillows.com. Oh, for $30. When new DVDs arrive on store shelves, they are announced and sorted by the great herald Chris Gore.
I think you're saying it's time for DVD Tuesday, but I'm not. Okay, there we go.
Welcome back, film expert Chris Gore.
Thank you.
Hey, thank you.
Survived Comic-Con.
Both of us, right?
Yeah.
All right, what's up first?
First, we have source code.
All right, I
Source
saw
code.
this. I really liked it. It's really interesting how they kind of did everything. What do you think about it?
I thought it was great. I mean, Duncan Jones is a true sci-fi filmmaker. I mean, he did the movie. No, I like how they did it too. They used actors. They had a script and a camera.
They made a movie.
It was awesome. But Duncan Jones is a guy who makes true sci-fi. I mean, his first film, Moon, was amazing with Sam Rockwell. Jake Gyllenhaal does a fantastic job in this. It really is true science fiction mixed with all the thrills that you would like exploding trains.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah.
I really liked that part too. Okay,
Yes.
so any good extras?
There's some great extras. I mean, there's a commentary track with Jake Gyllenhaal on it where he talks about how his hands just got ripped up like bacon because they were so cut up from doing the action scenes. And then it's cool they have this mode you can go into where they kind of pop up factoids and like audio clips and video clips. And they have a physicist that comes on and actually talks about the real science of source code and how we could potentially at one point travel in time, which would be awesome.
For real?
We could do that. We could, yeah, we
What
could
do you
travel
mean
in time.
we could do that?
We could travel in time. This
How?
physicist talks about how we could actually do that. Not that I understood everything he said.
Okay. Because
But
I'd like you to explain this to me right now.
I did listen to what he said, so it's fascinating.
Okay, so it's worth checking out to hear how we could travel in time.
Absolutely, yes.
All right, what's the bottom line?
Bottom line is buy it. Duncan Jones.
I love when you
filmmaker
give
to
a
watch.
vibe.
Yeah.
All right, what's our next DVD?
Dylan Dog.
Okay, this film is based on a comic that is insanely popular in Italy, but did it translate well to the big screen?
Well, let me tell you something. First of all, Italians, I love the pasta. Marinara is a favorite. Not so much on this comic book translation, I gotta say. Brandon Routh's cool in this. I love Brandon Routh. I think he's done really well in Scott Pilgrim. He was great in Zack and Miri Make a Porno. But this movie just does not speak to his strengths, which is lots of voiceover and lots of standing around and not as much action as I would have liked. And it's sort of like trying to like cram all these different science fiction monsters into 1 hour and a half.
So did it just not make sense?
Yeah, and not only that, they call this sort of vampire cult the True Bloods. And all it did was remind me, gosh, I really wish I was watching True Blood. Every time they brought it up, it's like, I thought that was kind of lame.
Much sense.
Yeah.
Okay, bottom line?
Pass, folks. Yeah.
right.
Dylan Dog is a dog. Sorry.
Okay, what else do you have to check out?
Supernatural, the anime series.
Now, this is the first time a live-action TV show has been reimagined as an anime series, right?
Yes,
How'd they
yes, the first time that I'm aware of, yes.
How'd they do?
Great. And I should say that I never watched the original show.
I've seen it a couple of times.
I've seen pictures of the original show, and it's these beefcake himbo dudes. Not really the kind of show that would
But they
grab
did the
me.
voices, right?
But yeah, they did. Well, they actually introduce each of the episodes, and
Okay.
it was amazing. I mean, this is a very adult show. These two brothers, kind of a procedural crime drama where they're solving mysteries involving monsters. It's just great. I mean, mixes everything that I like, zombies and vampires and all that stuff, but takes itself very seriously. Anime that sort of cheesy, over the top, a little too cutesy is not my type. This really works.
This rocks.
Yeah, this rocks, and it's the WB. It's that Warner Brothers animation. They just hit it right every time.
Awesome. What's the bottom line?
Bottom line is rent it. Definitely want to see it.
Okay. Now I think we have time for a quick pick.
Yes, Take Me Home Tonight. If you're a fan of John Hughes movies from the 80s, you should check this out. And what's great about this film, too, like I love listening, seeing movies that have music from the 80s, because you realize what you thought that song was when you were younger isn't exactly what it was. Like, now I think that Come On Eileen is actually about a guy who just wants to go somewhere with a chick. But when I listened to that song when I was a kid, totally got it wrong. So there you go. Yeah. Oh no, are we gonna have another one of our meetings?
I really liked it. I wanted to just congratulate you.
Oh, thank you.
I thought that one was good. I thought that one was really
All right,
good.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thanks, Chris. This is a great TV Tuesday today. For more Gore, follow him on Twitter at Chris Gore. Need to jazz up your eardrums? Spotify can save you.
The streaming music service has access to over 15 million songs.
Woo!
I think we can all agree that's a lot of songs.
Available in Europe since 2008, the online music service Spotify just launched in the US, and music connoisseurs on this side of the pond couldn't be happier. That's because Spotify is a downloadable app that gives users on-demand access to a library of over 13 million songs, totally free and totally legal. Think of it as Pandora, if Pandora allowed you to choose the exact song you wanted to hear when you wanted to hear it. Here's how Spotify works. After downloading the app to your Mac or PC, you're ready to start tracking down music. Let's say that you need your Lady Gaga fix. Well, a simple search generates her catalog and allows you to click and listen with 0 download time. Want to share that new Deer Hunter song with your friends? Well, you're in business. Just right-click the tune for a link that can be emailed or share it directly to Twitter or Facebook for all to enjoy. With an easy drag-and-drop interface, Spotify also allows users to compile playlists that can be shared via web link or through social media. Up to 10,000 songs per playlist. So basically the entire Rolling Stones catalog times 20. And unlike iTunes, Spotify gives you access to all this music with no burden on your hard drive. The songs stream from that mysterious and wonderful online cloud. Assuming you can endure the occasional 20-second audio ad, the free version of Spotify currently requires an invitation and can be signed up for at Spotify.com. For those who want to go ad-free, the $5 a month unlimited plan is available now. And while Spotify does offer a smartphone app for every membership level, it's not until you sign up for the $10 a month premium tier that you're able to listen to Spotify content on your phone or MP3 player. So get ready, fans of free, legal, on-demand tunes. Spotify's US invasion is officially underway.
RPG games are already pretty dramatic.
Well, you know, you can amp up the tension. You add an actual dramatic narrator.
Oh.
Yeah. But, I'll play a game or two, I know. X plays Morgan Webb.
It is warm, and I have to say that it seems like there aren't that many games coming out right now.
There aren't, but you know what? Call me a fanboy. Microsoft's doing it right now.
They are.
They have Xbox Lives. There's a Summer of Arcade series, and
AKA nothing else is coming out right now.
right, exactly. But I don't care because at least the first title we're talking about, Bastion, flippin' A awesome.
It is awesome. We actually first saw this at the PAX Indie Games Challenge like 2 years ago, and everyone looked at it and said it's beautiful, but God, that could really get annoying.
Right. Well, let's get into it. And this is a fantasy action RPG. Does it matter where the game is taking place and what's going on here?
No.
Okay, good.
No. You basically. out partying too late one night. You wake up and the world's basically destroyed, and you're on this like tiny little island.
Just like
Happened to
that.
everybody, we know. And so you're basically on this little island, and as you walk around, the ground actually builds underneath you.
Right, just an interesting way of presenting like a dynamic sort of map layout.
And I mean, while the game actually is fairly linear, it makes you feel like you're kind of creating the world and exploring it, like you're bringing the world to life.
Absolutely, and one of the things that I think is so interesting with this game is of course, the narration. And
Yes.
some people have complained, they say it's annoying or repetitive. What are your thoughts on the narration?
I actually don't find it annoying. I know you mentioned that you didn't particularly find it annoying.
No, I loved it.
We should actually we should listen to an example so
All
people can feel us.
All right.
And then he falls to his death. I'm just fooling. Finds his lifelong friend just lying in the road. Well, it's a touching reunion.
I love the narrator.
Yeah, I think it forwards the story. It gives you the story while you're roaming around. It gives you little pieces instead of taking you out and putting you in a cutscene. I dug it.
And I just love his voice. It makes me feel like I'm exploring the Wild West with my trusty magical hammer.
Your magical sledgehammer. Yeah, just like the cowboys used to. The combat controls are really, I mean, like the narration's great, the art style's great, the music's great. It's all great. But this is a really like fun action arcadey combat game.
It is, and there's actually so many options, which is something that I like. You can use the heavy hammer. There's numbers of different bows that you can use. You know, you can have sort of a machete type weapon, and then you also have magic. And all of these weapons are upgradable and changeable, and you can go in, you know, if you want to have 2 ranged weapons, you can go in with 2 ranged weapons if that's your play style.
Yeah, and tweak one for speed, another for power.
Exactly.
And what's great is that I hate in RPGs when you make a decision and you're locked into that and you don't realize, oh, that was a bad decision until you're 60 hours into the game.
They shouldn't give you these bad decisions, or they should let you try them out or something. It drives me crazy.
Well, and I think Bastion does a really good job at that because you can go in, you can upgrade, like there's different potions you can equip on your character that basically give you different skills, and if you don't like it, well, just go change them. You just go back out to the hub and swap it out. It's like you can re-upgrade your character.
There's a surprising amount of depth for the price.
Yeah, well, let's get to the price. It's a $15 download on Xbox Live, and I know some people hear that and they go, well, $15 for a game, but...
You're getting about 10 hours of gameplay, tons of replayability. There's like, you know, all these mods you can put on for different amounts of difficulty. It gets a 4 out of 5. You get a ton of gameplay for the money.
Yeah, I
definitely recommend it.
I love it. I think everybody should try it. At least get the demo.
At least
You
get the
have
demo.
to
The
get
demo's free.
Yeah.
We love free.
Huzzah. Morgan Webb, everybody.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you, Morgan. Again, Bastion is available on Xbox Live right now, and I highly recommend it.
Coming up, Penn Jillette tries to pull a quarter out of Kevin's ear, but it gets stuck on Kevin's grossness.
This portion of Attack of the Show is brought to you by the General Automobile Insurance Services. For the best car insurance rates online, go to the General and save some time.
You know, we rarely have magicians here on Attack of the Show. That's because most magicians are really, really lame. I'm looking at you, Shite the Great.
But we'll make an exception for author, illusionist, and vocal half of Penn and Teller, Mr. Penn Jillette.
Joining me now, master illusionist and the author of the upcoming book, God No, Signs You May Already Be an Atheist and Other Magical Tales. Penn Jillette is here!
What a festive group.
Can I,
Done!
You could say, no, you could say no. It's not often I have a do you mind inspecting that and making sure that that's an actual deck? I hate to do that. I mean, it's one of those things, like if you get a chance to have a slam dunk contest with LeBron,
sure,
you got to pull a little something out.
May I take you to the movies?
Huh? Yeah.
I take you to the movies? Okay.
No, I was going to perform for you, if that's all right.
I'm going to take you to the movies.
All right, so go ahead and just give it a shuffle, make sure that's a good deck.
I'm just seeing if they're marked. That's how you...
No.
You know how you tell marked cards?
What, you throw them out of the deck? That kind of ruins my trick.
Out the jokers and the advertising cards.
Ah, there we go.
But see, what you do is if the cards are marked, they'll have stuff on the back here. So you do what's called going to the movies. And you flip through it. If anything moves on the back...
I thought you were going to masturbate under a coat.
You've got to... Let me show you this. See, if you do this, you do that, and you can see anything on the back, it means that the cards are marked, if anything moves around. So this is an unmarked deck. I was going to give them a quick shuffle, and I'll even do an overhand shuffle.
Wow.
Turn one over in between.
You've already given me more respect than I've ever deserved on this set, by the way. This was...
And we'll give those to you.
All right.
There you go, right there.
And,
do your worst.
We'll do it real quick.
Go, little grasshopper.
Any card, sir. Just pick whichever one you like.
Not even a force. It's not a force, by the way.
It's a fantastic choice.
Okay.
Now, in God No, you state that you're not anti. This is an important point to make. You say that you're not anti-Christianity. You say you're just anti-faith in general. You just sliced a PA open. It's a PA. It doesn't matter. You say that you're anti-faith. Why is that?
There's a wonderful quote that just said, faith is all that matters in religion, and faith absolutely is trying to be kept out of science. And one of the things I learned doing our show BS on Showtime was how wonderful American Christians are, especially the fundamentalists and so on. You would get these wonderful letters from people who, after we would do these very strong atheistic shows, these beautiful letters about appreciating our passion and appreciating the marketplace of ideas and all the ideas and thought about it, and then sending us Bibles and proselytizing. And one of the reasons I wrote the book was I was so thrilled and kind of delighted with people caring about me enough to proselytize. I just wanted to enter the marketplace of ideas and get my point of view. But I think that the idea of faith, the idea that you're supposed to believe in things that you can't demonstrate to others, it leaves out the rest of the world. I mean, one of the things that's wonderful about a shared reality, proving something to someone else, is if we're having an argument over whether something exists or not, and we follow the ground rules, then we are sharing the world. We are together exploring the world. As soon as
you think religion ignores those ground rules?
It ignores those ground rules, because then I can say, I have this faith in my heart. I believe it. I can't prove it to you. I just believe it, which is a really roundabout way to say those two magic words that aren't Merry Christmas. It says drop dead. It says go away. I believe this in my heart and I won't prove it to you. And the wonderful thing about love and humanity and sharing is proving things to each other, the marketplace of ideas, Jefferson idea.
So now I consider myself an agnostic, which I thought was interesting.
Then you're wrong.
That's what's so interesting. I love this. That it's like atheists love to say, well, it's almost as if you're saying there's proof that a higher being doesn't exist. But
what does the word agnostic mean? What does the Gnostic root mean?
Can someone Google that for me?
What it means is no. So what you're saying is it's a term that was coined by Thomas Huxley, who was Darwin's pit bull, and he did all the fights for Darwin. And what it is it can't be known. So atheist is you don't believe, and agnostic is you don't know.
Correct.
But those aren't the same terms. Agnostic answers the epistemological question, and atheist answers the theological question. So I ask you, do you believe in God? I have not asked you, do you think it's possible to know whether there's a God or not? If I ask you...
Well, that was the question I would answer. When people ask me my faith, I say, I don't believe it's possible to know.
Absolutely.
Right.
And once you don't believe it's possible to know, you are atheist. You're not agnostic. Agnostic is one level, which everybody is. Everybody in the world is agnostic except for maybe the Pope and me. But everybody else is agnostic.
It's funny. You actually say that you think...
the Pope might be lying.
You also say that people who say they believe typically don't actually believe.
That's the thing. Every time a religious person, there's this expression, there are no atheists in foxholes. There's nothing but atheists in foxholes. If you really believe in God and he can do anything and he's watching over you, why would you duck when there are bullets flying? It's his will. Why would you put on seatbelts? Why would you stop at a red light? Everybody lives their life as though they were atheists. And to finish the agnostic thing, if you don't know, you don't believe. Believing is active. When you say I don't believe in God...
Is it possible to believe that you don't know?
Sure, but when you say there's no God, I don't believe in God. When you're saying that, you're not saying it's impossible that there could be a God. You're not saying there might not be evidence tomorrow. You're not saying that you have enough information to make that decision. You're saying right now, I don't believe. So I'm going to ask you, are there 4 sleeping bags in the trunk of your car right now?
3 of them are occupied by dead hookers, yes. But I go like, okay, if at some point I'm supposed to believe fundamentally that there is a God, there's a higher being, there's a power. Maybe it's a bearded dude with sandals. I don't know that. I don't necessarily think that version exists. But if I'm supposed to believe in this Big Bang Theory, these gases are swirled around, they smattered into each other. How do those gases get there? At some point, you don't know. You have to believe.
There's the prime mover, and at some point, if you say you do believe in God and God started this all and it wasn't the Big Bang, you have the same problem, just one level back.
Right, exactly. We'll never know.
We'll never know. But while you don't know, and I don't know, what do you believe? What's your default setting?
See, I believe I don't know.
Right,
which is,
you believe you don't know, and once you say you don't know, you don't believe, you're an atheist.
I think there's a fundamental difference between saying I believe I don't know versus there is no. That's the terminology I could do.
But it's
I
just
want to talk about pornography now. Because we're almost out of time, and you give a name check to in your book, which I think is fantastic. You recount a tale where you went to a gay spa and had some of the gayest experiences I've ever heard in San Francisco, but never actually had gay sex.
I tried. There's an expression: he couldn't get laid in a woman's prison with a fistful of pardons. There was a time in our history. In the early 80s, when there were gay bathhouses in San Francisco, where and this was all said by everybody, including the gay population of San Francisco, that those people in the bathhouses would have sex with anyone. Right. I'm here to tell you, they would not have sex with me. I told my girlfriend, I'm going to go to a gay bathhouse. She said, are you trying to find out if you're gay, trying to sell me something? I said, no. One guy that I met said, it's hard to live in a straight world when you're gay. And I said, I don't know. I wouldn't be bothered by people having gay sex
His
around
argument
me.
was it's hard to live in that world because there's people making out and public displays of affection everywhere.
And my feeling was that wouldn't bother me. So I went to, I believe, the gayest place on earth, which strange.
It's California Adventure.
Yes, exactly. In one sense, it's California Adventure. In the other sense, it was club baths in San Francisco. So I went and spent a whole evening, and I was kind of thinking that I didn't want to misrepresent myself and have to turn people down. Turned out, after 6 hours, I had not turned one person down. And so I was actually cruising. But it turns out, if you want to find somebody, if you want to say, these gay men will have sex with anything at all, this is what they will not have sex with. And the amazing thing is, for whatever reason, women have had sex with me. I am a married man with children. So it's not human beings.
I love that you went from I'm worried about breaking hearts to you put a giant it's open sign blinking in on you and no one came.
Sure. And
we're out of time. We're out of time.
I even had a little sign that said permanent damage okay. I tried everything and just failed.
People have got to pick up the book. It is a hilarious and fascinating read. I love your viewpoints on the world. I wish we had time to get to the TSA and everything else. But, but Penn, absolute pleasure to chat with you.
You're an atheist.
Ever want to be a stunt double?
Yes!
Then you should enter the Columbiana Stunt School photo contest.
Of course I should.
Just upload a photo of your best action shot, and you can win a trip to fly to Los Angeles and attend stunt school.
Go to yahoo.columbianacontest.com for official contest rules and check out the trailer for Columbiana at Yahoo Movies. The deadline is tonight.
Coming up, I take on the American Ninja Warrior course. No one has seen it ever before.
I am looking forward to watching it over and over again. Stop hurting each other. Keep hopping up these stairs now. Come on, Heels. Watch your heels. Come on, Heels.
Help!
Kevin, she's attacking me.
Every freaking day.
Coming up Monday on an all-new Attack of the Show, The Guild and Eureka star Felicia Day will be here live in studio with her new ass-kicking role in Dragon Age Redemption. Then we dig up vintage art tees and threads, along with some awesome nerd shirts, including RoboCop riding a unicorn. And Candace goes machine gun shopping in Oklahoma so she can blow up a car. Safety off, the lady's got a gun. See it Monday.
Candace.
Yes?
In this never-before-seen footage of you running the American Ninja Warrior course, tell me this. You fall down a lot, right?
You'll have to wait and see.
Oh, I'm so excited. I'm giddy. Roll it.
Hey y'all, it's Candace here. Get ready because I am about to take on the brand new American Ninja Warrior course right here in Venice Beach, California. What can you tell me about this course? What do I need to do to get through?
Starting right here on the quad steps, right? I would encourage you to stay low, take as many steps as you need, and just be explosive to each one.
Okay, and go fast?
Go fast, yeah, go fast.
Breathe. It's just like sprinting. When people sprint, they stop breathing, they hold their breath. That's how you lose a lot of energy. So as long as you just take a deep breath between each obstacle, you should be good.
I think my motivation is going to be just not falling in the cold water.
That's number one.
Because it's freezing.
Stay dry, stay dry.
Anything else? Or is that it?
Don't lose.
Thanks, I'll try not to. I'm feeling nervous. I just want to make it through the first one. I'm freezing cold and I don't want to fall in the water.
5, 4, 3, 2, go!
How do I get over there? Okay, so I wasn't able to get past the first leg, but that wasn't going to stop me from continuing on. So that didn't go so well. A lot harder than it looks. Got water all on my nose. I don't know, this is crazy. Candace Bailey will obviously not be the next American Ninja Warrior. How do I get over there? But for those of you who can get across, you're tough as shit. An all-new season of American Ninja Warrior starts Sunday night at 9. Thanks to our guests, Penn Jillette, Allison Hazlett, Blair Butler, Chris Gore, Morgan Webb.
Wow!
You get a car.
You got the knives all around the dude.
And you get a car.
Stick around. Campus PD starts right now. Good night. I broke up good night into syllables for you. So good night.
You.
You have a good night.